I am thinking variation. Well, simplest variation is to lie on your back in a Supta Baddha Konasana, or a butterfly is what we call it in Yin Yoga. Just to dissociate from the efforts that go along with Baddha Konasana. I love to have something underneath the back of my heart in this really a heart opening shape. Really, anytime we're lying flat, it's a heart opening shape. But if you like, take your blanket, and if it's folded like a Mexican blanket, like it's folded in a yoga studio, you can fold it in half or fold it into thirds. I like it thirds, so it fits right between my shoulder blades. It's kind of a narrow bolster. If you have one of those small like foot bolsters, or actually a regular bolster works just fine. This can go either across the whole length of the spine, or it can just be in the upper spine. In fact, if you feel a lot of arch pull in the low back, move down away from the bolster until your low back can relax. Some of you have done this with your feet up on bolster or blocks. That can also be nice to mitigate the hang in the hips. Or, of course, use props to make sure you can relax your muscles in the pose. So if you're using blocks under thighs, angle them so the flat part is against your thigh, not the pointy edge. If possible, get it to stick. Or roll up blankets or use throw pillows, something that won't dig into your soft tissue at all. There are lots of other ways to wrap a blanket around your ankles that will support the knees and can feel swaddling. So those of you I can see are starting to look pretty comfy. Those of you I can't see, if you have questions. Need help getting comfy? We're somewhere between a yin yoga pose and a restorative yoga pose. So in restorative yoga, you are so fully supported by the props that it becomes almost a napping experience. Yes, Tressa.
Sorry, I didn't catch whether we're in butterfly as we're doing this.
Yes, that's what I suggested.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. And yes, great question. Because if you're supporting your spine and you're getting that benefit, legs can be in whatever position. So maybe the butterfly doesn't feel necessary to add that extra compression to that SI area. Maybe it feels better to have the knees against each other or to straighten your legs out. So almost as comfortable as a restorative pose so that you can relax, but just enough traction and compression in your joints, more like we would do in yin practice. So some of you are feeling a little compression at the hip crease, in the SI joint. Some of you are feeling the traction more in the groin or in the low back or across the chest. So set up the shape and support the shape so you have just enough tension in the tissues to soften into. By this time, you could probably feel if there are muscles that are getting tighter holding you in the shape. That's where you need support. Now I'll be quiet for a few moments so you can settle into your shape. I'm not even going to cue a pranayama or an active breath here. Breath can be natural unless you want to incorporate your own pranayama practice. We'll stay for about another minute. And start to turn on your more active Ujjayi breath. Slow, conscious inhale. Complete exhale. If your hands can reach your thighs, use them to help prop your legs up so the inner leg can stay released. Then ease over to your more comfortable side. You can take the blanket that was underneath your back, if you were using a blanket, and use it as a pillow in fetal curve. Stay resting here on your side for just a moment as you feel the pose kind of washing from your body into the earth below. Let it go. And crawl your way to all fours when you are ready. Smooth through some cats and cows. For those deeply still poses, movement might feel aggressive coming into your joints, into the deeper tissue. So start real slow, turn up the breath, and invite the movement back. Nothing sudden. You might find staying in cat stretch with your spine arched to the sky, a nice counter pose to breathe into for a couple breaths. Explore. If you want to be down on your elbows, stay off your hands. Come onto your elbows. And for those of you who are comfortable staying in a tabletop, we'll start to sync up our cat cows. Otherwise, come to your seat and do some shoulder shrugs while you continue to breathe. Those of you in the cat cow, take a moment in neutral so we can start together. And then inhale your chest forward, tuck your toes under. Exhale, untuck your toes, round spine, hang head. Inhale, expand the chest forward, tuck your toes. Exhale, arch back, hang your neck. Add a little rock if it feels right to you. Inhale, tuck your toes, rocking forward. Exhale, untuck, start to sit back, almost like you're heading to child's pose. And if you want to grow this flow, so you're inhaling, leaning forward quite a bit, and then exhaling, sitting all the way back on your heels, go for it. Now, some of you, your body is craving more stillness. If you come into child's pose and want to stay, honor it. Those of you who are enjoying more movement, if you want to throw in some downward dogs, next time you inhale, cow tilt, tuck your toes. Exhale, lift up, downward facing. And then alternate. Inhale, set your knees down, cow tilt. Sit back, child. Or come up with your own dance, but breathe. About 6 more breaths. And then finish in a still place, whether you're staying in down dog for a few breaths, staying in your child's, or crawling out to a belly down or onto your back for a shavasana. Just feel any residual movement, those of you who are moving within the more subtle layers. And come to your seat. Cross-legged seat, right leg in front, or half lotus if you prefer. Twist to the right, left hand to your right knee. Nice easy twist, just exploring how your body feels in the shape. I would keep chin lined up over center of chest, lengthening the back of the spine up. And feeling the breath open and close the bottommost ribs and the mid ribs, front, sides, and back. Inhale, exhale, release the twist, come back to center. Forward fold. Either bow your head over your cross-legged seat, or if you want to come into an active Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, choose that. And keep your neck relaxed as you ease yourself back up to a straight spine. Switch the cross of your legs. Exhale, twist to your left. And head neutral, I suggest. Chin slightly retracted. You can feel the bottom points of the skull back and being drawn up. Now, as you press the bottom points of the skull, the chin back into its neutral position, you might feel how the low back collapses a little bit. Breathe the back bottom ribs out. And then continue to fan out the ribs 360 degrees with the in-breath. Exhale, release the twist. Bow over your legs or come back into your Baddha Konasana and forward fold. Dolphin Prelude. Ease yourself back up with a relaxed neck and come to all fours. Pad your knees as much as you need. Lower down onto your elbows. Wrap your hands around your upper arms, right in the middle of the upper arm bone, halfway between the elbow and the shoulder. If you can get your fingers around your triceps, your elbows will come in right under your shoulder socket. That should keep them safe. If you're working with a current injury or tweakiness, then listen to what your shoulders say. Don't work through that injury. Make space for it. All right, clasp your hands and then lean back to rest your head down. You may want to walk your knees back 2-3 inches. Some bodies like to widen the knees and spin the toes in. Down dog tail, still in the air as much as feels safe. If you want to sit back towards your heels, that'll take some of the pressure off shoulders, neck. With the down dog tail up, it's an opportunity for the heart to start to sink towards the earth. The back of the heart. Back of shoulders. Tops of shoulders to soften. And keep your neck relaxed as you ease your way back out. And if you have a blanket or towel to roll up, find that. We'll make a roll for abs with a roll. If you don't have a blanket or towel, but you do have a foam yoga block, you might choose to use that. So the traditional yoga blanket I unfolded it from the way it usually is stacked. I'll fold it over from its long edge and then roll that up tight. If you have a beach towel, you may want to fold it a couple more times so it's thicker. And you end up with a roll that when you put between your thighs, it keeps your legs hips width apart. Like, so you can do the same thing with the foam yoga block. I like the roll because it does not have pointy edges to dig into the soft tissue. And the compressibility connects the inner leg line, which is part of the core, to the abdominals. So the firmer your roll is, the happier your legs will be. They won't have to work quite as hard. All right, we'll start with feet on the floor. Active feet. Lift and spread your toes. Press the balls of the feet down. Fan out from big toe to pinky toe mound. Feel inner heel, outer heel, equally weighted with the balls of the feet. Interlace your hands behind your head and neck. Fully support your head and neck. Rest the skull in the base in your palms. Support your neck with your thumbs. Point your elbows to the sky like you're making a basket. Take a breath in. Hold this breath in. Press your low back flat into your yoga mat. And if it feels right to you to tuck the tail in, you can do that. It's not great for all bodies. If you feel a pull across the back of the pelvis when you tuck, then don't tuck. Exhale. Curl your head and shoulders off the mat. Draw navel to spine. Keep holding the roll. Inhale, head and shoulders down. Exhale, relax the squeeze. Relax your low back. Start again. Take a breath. Hold the breath. Press your low back flat. Option to tuck the tail. Exhale, curl your head and shoulders off the mat. Draw navel to spine, spine to earth. Head relax into the hands. Keep squeezing roll. Inhale, head and shoulders down. Exhale, relax the squeeze. Relax your low back. Breathe in. Hold the breath. Press your low back flat. Exhale, curl head and shoulders up. Pull belly down. Inhale, head and shoulders back down. Exhale, relax your squeeze. Take 4 more rounds on your own. Exactly like that. Or some of you are ready to pick your feet off the floor. You to a chair. You're in. And just keep breathing, feeling, consciously using your abdominals and your legs to support your back. And I think there's also something very precious about being in charge of your own abdominal exercise. This third chakra, abdominal center, solar plexus, is very much our will, our autonomy. Tune into it and feel your own power. Own power and do it anyway. All right. When you finish your rounds, feet down, you can take the block away for a moment, the roll away, excuse me. But don't let it get too far. I want to use it for bridge. Knee issues, you may not want to use the roll for bridge. Hold the roll right between your inner thighs. This time it doesn't have to be as close to pelvis. Well, you'll feel. It can be close to pelvis, that's fine. Feet are hips width apart or exactly as wide as your knees. So depending on the size of your roll, modify your foot position. Press your feet down, lift your arches up, lift your toes up. Exhale, curl tailbone towards roll and press hips to sky. Feel for elongating your thighs, sending your roll forward and up to the ceiling. So here, holding the roll, it's not a real big squeeze. It's just not letting the roll drop. But even if that effort pulls on your knees, you may want to take the roll away so you can separate your feet much wider. That's fine. If you're connected to the inner foot, the mound of the big toe on the ground, the inner heel, as you press down, you're working the inner leg line. Little curl of pubic bone and navel. Keep the navel in as you breathe up into the rib cage, up into the chest. Exhale, flatten your sacrum up into your body. Two more breaths. And slowly lower down. And just enough effort that you're not dropping the roll. And take the roll away. Straighten your legs out on your yoga mat. Flex your feet. If it feels right, interlace your hands over your head and press the palms away from you. Inhale and expand the back bottom ribs towards earth. Relax your low belly and exhale. Pull low belly in. Bring left knee up to chest. Breathe into back ribs. Relax low belly. Exhale, hug low belly in. Draw right knee into chest. Or keep the knees wide for some spines that will feel more neutral as you transition. Spinal twists. Maybe scoot your hips over towards the right edge of your yoga mat. Then pick your knees up and drop them over towards your left hand. Any position for the arms. You can put your roll between your shins to keep your legs hips width apart here and take any strain off the low back. Anyone with SI issues? Low back issues that show up right close to the pelvis, around the pelvis. That's the SI joint. And if your low back is healthy enough, you're really connected to abdominals and you're holding a roll, you can pull your belly in to pick your knees up and then set your feet down. Most of us will need to take the roll away and ease back onto your back to untwist. Then reset your hips over to the left, pick your knees up, drop them to the right. Modify legs and arms as desired. So even though we're not relaxing as much as we did in our butterfly, our first pose, but there's that sense that you can feel things start to loosen their grip. Those parts that don't need to be holding on along the spine. If you want to play with using your abs to pick your knees up, pick your roll up, do that. Otherwise, just unwind onto your back in a way that makes sense to your body. Supta Baddha Konasana. Pick your feet off the floor. Bring the soles of the feet together and reach up with your hands to hold your ankles or your feet towards face. Now, if rocking and rolling sounds like a good idea for your body today, then hold on behind your knees. Kick your legs up as you breathe in, and then exhale, roll up. Baddha Konasana. So inhale to roll up. I'll say inhale, roll up, exhale, roll back, but you might go slower. Now, some of you are not going to do that for whatever reason. Maybe you don't have the space. Maybe it's not good for your back. Then come into happy baby and stay. All right, butterfly rocks, 2 or 3 more rocks. And then maybe you guys rock yourself right up to standing if you built up enough momentum. Everyone else, hug your knees to your chest and ease your way up to standing. Feel free to visit downward dog on your way. Standing. Let's take a moment to do our yoga tune-up. Yeah. Let's do pranayam. Let's do Bhastrika breath first. Come into somewhere between a catcher stance and a horse stance. So widen your stance. Angle the toes out if that feels right. Bend your knees, stick your tail. I would say stick your butt out, then tuck the tail down so you feel firm in the buttocks and the legs. Sturdy posture. Can't be knocked off your feet. That's what you're feeling for. If that means putting your butt on the wall, do that. Bhastrika. We'll reach out with the palms turned down like we're grabbing as we inhale. And we'll exhale with a whew, as we pull our fists back, turn the palms up. So inhale, grasp, exhale, pull it in. Keep going. We'll do this for a full minute. Pace is up to you. Shoulder, neck injuries, keep it controlled. Focus on the breath. If it feels right to get faster and faster, I'll get quiet so I'm not influencing your breath. So I'm pantomiming. Halfway there. As you pull back and breathe out. Emphasize that for the last 5-10 seconds. 5 seconds. And then pull everything back. Squeeze your elbows back and in. Squeeze your belly. Lengthen your spine. Sink it down. Press your feet into the earth. And then exhale, release into a 5-pointed star. Or if it feels more right to you to release into a forward fold and put your hands on the earth, do that. Relax your arms down. All right, now we'll do our yoga tune-up arms. We'll start with arms up, and I'll show you how to do this without using the whole arm, those of you working with tweaky shoulders or shoulder sensitivities. But it starts by reaching the right hand back, the left arm forward, and then continue to let the arm circle all the way down. So that way, past your hips, the right arm comes forward, the left arm goes back, and you're drawing a full circle. If doing that with the arms doesn't make sense, maybe it works with your elbows. Turn to the right and then drop the right elbow down. Left elbow down, then reach the right elbow forward, left elbow back, and center. Right elbow back, left forward, down to switch, and center. Now, those of you who are comfortable with the big circles, no shoulder or neck injury, you can pretend you're holding really heavy buckets so that when you start to send the right back, the left forward, they get so heavy that they drop and swing around. Drop and swing around, up to 3 times. And because this is also kind of a neuro repatterning for the brain, we have to do the other side. So pause and center. And then exhale, right hand forward, left back. Do the first one at least slow. So you get that proprioceptive map. And then either keep it slow or just move your elbows or let the arms fall down and swing around 3 times. And then relax your arms. Come stand at the front of your mat. Utkatasana. Inhale, sit back into your chair. Exhale, bring the right arm back, little twist. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, left arm back. Inhale or up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale, half lift. Warrior 2, step your left foot back. Warrior 2. Those of you who want to insert vinyasas are welcome to. Reverse warrior. Inhale, right arm to the sky, left arm either down your leg or you can wrap it behind your back. Resting forearm on sacrum or reaching for your right thigh. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended warrior variation, right forearm on thigh with big arm circles. If it's okay on your shoulder, let the arm continue to circle down and around nice and slow. 3 times one direction, 3 in the other. If your arms are done circling, just stay in extended warrior with arms in any position. It allows the shoulder to relax, pain-free. When you finish your circles in each direction, we'll open into chest opener. Finish with the left arm reaching up to ceiling. Then lower the left hand 4 inches towards your left foot, palm open, same direction as your chest. Inhale, lengthen the arm bones from the shoulder. Get light on the right elbow. Option, exhale, press the left hand back to stretch the chest, front of shoulder. Now, that's not great for all bodies. You'll feel any sharpness or numbness in your hand. Keep the arm in line with your shoulder. That is also a chest stretch. If you're not reaching forward, you are stretching your chest. Release your neck. Those of you reaching back, favor reaching back with your thumb. Externally rotate the arm. All right, bring arm back in line with body, if it winged back. Inhale to come up. Bring your hands to your waist, straighten your right leg. Turn the toes in. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to the ground between your feet. Prasarita Padottanasana A. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Or any expression of this hamstring stretch. Lengthening your spine, releasing your neck. Inhale, half lift. Bring your hands to your waist. Elbows to sky. You can bend your knees a lot. Tuck your tails, protect back if you need to come up. Triangle, turn the right toes forward. Some of you like to extend your arms, shift your hips. You're welcome to do that. Or simply slide the right hand down the right leg into your expression of Utthita Trikonasana. We've been loosening up the shoulders a lot. They might not want to stretch out. They might want to ease into the shapes. Look down. Bend your right knee. Bring hands to frame the right foot. Just a visit to runner's lunge. Square your hips. Firm up your belly. Your choice, either step back, take a chaturanga, or down dog, or step forward and fold into your legs. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold. Down dog, step or jump forward. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, Samasthiti. Utkatasana. Inhale, sit back in your chair. Exhale, left arm back, little twist. Inhale, reach forward or up. Exhale, right arm back, hug your abdominals in, pull your belly button in. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, right foot steps back into warrior two. Reverse warrior, left arm up. Right arm down leg, or rest it on your sacrum, or reach for a bind. But then keep expanding both sides of the ribs out from your hips as you breathe in. Oops. Inhale to come up. Exhale, extended warrior variation, left forearm on thigh. Right arm strums its big power chords or big circles, if that's right for you, or keep the right arm extended over your ear or in a position that's safe for your body. Three in each direction. We'll meet with the right arm reaching to the ceiling, palm open, same direction as your chest. Spread your fingers wide. Lower the right hand slightly towards right foot, or find the right angle for your arm, especially if you're going to start reaching back into the chest opening. So for some shoulders, either the arm is much lower or much higher to get the right spot in your chest. Those of you who reach back, inhale your right arm back in line with your body, hands to your waist. Come up, straighten your left leg, turn your toes in. Either keep your hands on your waist, or inhale, spread your arms to interlace your fingers. Exhale, interlace. Or take the time if you want to find your strap and hold that between your hands. Inhale, squeeze shoulders. Exhale, forward fold. Even if you're not binding your hands at all with or without strap, you can still work the shoulders away from your neck towards each other in your forward fold. Good. If you feel safe coming back up in your bind, press off your feet, reach through your knuckles to come up. Otherwise, put your hands on your thighs and walk yourself up. Release your hands, triangle, turn the left toes to front of mat, inhale. Exhale, left hand down the left leg. If it feels right, Cynthia, bring your left ribs forward just a little bit, the right ribs back, rotating your torso to sky without arching your back. Good. Look down, hands frame the left foot, come into a runner's lunge. Take a breath. And either find your way back to downward dog or tabletop or dolphin. We're coming into a hip opener. If you prefer standing forward fold, you'll skip the hip opener. That's fine. Hip opener from down dog or dolphin or tabletop. Right leg reaches back. Bend your right knee, turning your hips to the right, but keep your shoulders square. If it helps, peek slightly towards your left armpit. Warrior 2, step the right foot through. Eagle warrior. Let's do right under left. Hug you variation means leave your hands on your arms, on your shoulders, or double bind Garandasana arms. Half bound extended warrior, unwind your arms. Right forearm to thigh, left arm behind your back. Release your neck. Twisting lunge. Hands come down to frame right foot. Fold the side of your mat over for extra padding or use your blanket. Part 1, start with your hands on your hips. And if it feels right, feel for squaring off the hips, drawing the right hip back and down. Drawing everything to center. You can tuck the back toes to help them steer. Tiny twist. Bring both hands to your right thigh. And just rest your hands on your thigh. You're not using them very much in the twist. They're just there for support. Your obliques and your spinal muscles are doing the work, twisting you. Now, any back tweakiness, maybe choose to keep hands on thighs or reach arms to the sky, like you're holding a yoga block over your head, sending it up, squishing it, and turning it to the right. Now you're really turning on obliques. Good. Breathe the back ribs out. Don't collapse into low back, please. Twist. Exhale, hook left elbow over thigh, any arm position, or put your left hand on the ground if you want more space for your spine. Optional. Tuck your back toes under, and an inhale, lift the back knee up into crescent or warrior legs. Parshvattanasana pyramid, hands down. Step the left foot so it's for your hamstring stretch. Your left toes are angled out about 30 degrees, 30 to 45 degrees. And if heels lined close together on the center line feels pinchy to your low back, step your left foot out to the left a little bit. Allow your hips to have some space. Good. Inhale to a flat back. Soften your right knee so you can come all the way up to standing by pushing off your feet. Use your hands as much as you like. Revolve triangle. Some of you will want to have your block in your left hand. Start with your hands on your hips. Draw the right hip back. And here's another one. We're twisting to the right. So some of you will step left foot out to the side or angle your toes in more. So you already start twisting by pulling right hip back. Then left hand can come anywhere down onto the right leg, anywhere onto the floor or onto your block. Right hand can stay on hip or can reach for the sky, opening the arms into triangle, revolved. Yeah, so take in stages. Feel how you use your glutes, your sitting bones to get centered in this balance pose. Now feel the mechanics of the pose into the textbook or magazine expression. That's not what this is about. All right, everyone, lower your hands down, bend your right knee, pigeon, any expression. Some of you lowering the right shin down for a belly down pigeon, or some of you easing your way onto your back. So you can take figure 4 or any other stretch for your right hip. And take a couple breaths to ease yourself back into your neutral starting place, whether that's down dog, tabletop, or dolphin. You have time to vinyasa or to straighten the right leg back in a little belly down shavasana as you feel the effects of that pose wash out of your body into the earth. Down dog hip opener or tabletop hip opener as you're ready. Left leg to the sky. Bending knee, if that's right for you, to help you open the hip. You can do it with straight legs though, if knees are tweaky. Warrior 2. Eagle, left under right. Maybe bow the head down a little bit or all the way down. Release the back of the neck. Exhale, unwind your arms. Half bound extended warrior, left forearm to thigh, right arm behind back. Opportunity for neck release if you please. Twisting lunge, hands down, pad your back knee. And part 1, if you're in a deeper lunge, back your hips up so they're closer to the right knee, and maybe make sure the right foot is pointing straight behind you, is not winging in towards center. Toes tucked or untucked. I'll leave that up to you. And drawing the left hip back and down, hips square, lengthening or even tucking tailbone here so you feel this opening in the front of the right hip flexors. And then place your hands on your left thigh as you start to spiral to the left. Using your hands very little. Working are also not tensing. You can feel the difference between engaged and tense. It's subtle, but important. And some of you, arms to sky. Take your invisible block, Squeeze it, send it up, and keep twisting to the left from your waist. Exhale, twist, right elbow to thigh, or put right hand on the floor. And with the support of your arms now, you can relax those muscles around your waist. Let them get wrung out by the shape. Optional, tuck your back toes. Inhale, exhale, straighten the back leg. Pyramid, hands down. Adjust the right foot forward for your one-legged hamstrings stretch. Hands on block if you like. Inhale, lift and lengthen your spine. Soften your knees as much as you like so you can press yourself up to standing. And then set up your revolved triangle. And I will talk through all the stages so you can decide where is your place to pause. Start by rotating your hips right forward, left back. And you can even adjust your footprint to cheat the right hip forward. And that's enough twist right there. Maybe the right hand starts to come down the left leg. Maybe you put it on a block or on a chair. If you want to keep coming down, keep drawing the left hip back, hold it there, or extend your arms. As always, with the hamstring demanding poses, fine to keep a bend in the front knee, especially as you revolve. All right, exhale, hands down if they're up, soften the left knee, and lower down either into your pigeon or your hip stretch on this side. So pigeon's left knee should be forward. Figure four's left ankle should be crossed. All right. We'll meet on our back. So pigeons, take your time if you want any last vinyasas. Counter poses, hip openers. Last thing we'll do on our backs, the myofascial shoulder release series. Well, we'll just do one part. So lie on your back. You may want a block or pillow underneath your head so your head stays in line with your spine, as we'll be opening, rolling across the upper back. This will also put our bodies into a twist. Let's say we'll start on our left side first. So here again, you might want to make your roll instead or use your block to either separate your shins hips width or to prop your bottom knee on. So you're not pulling on the low back as we come in and out of the twist. Part one, we'll start lying on left side, right knee's on top. Rest your hands on your right knee. And then exhale, lower your right fingertips to the ground in front of your chest. And then very slowly circle the right arm up overhead. Usually either around 10 o'clock points in the shoulders. Go extra slow through them or obey if they tell you to go around them. It's fine if your right hand's off the floor. Once your right hand returns to your left, reverse your circle. If your fingertips do touch the floor with ease, then keep the fingertips brushing the floor. I find that helps release the shoulder. Don't push yourself into that place. All right, do 1 or 2 more full circles in each direction, depending on how slow you go. My teacher once jokingly said, go slow, but don't take the full 10 minutes to do a circle. But in massage school, in myofascial release, we were trained to take 10 minutes to take this motion. So if you want to imagine, and when the right arm feels fairly released, complete, ease onto your back. And set yourself up lying on your right side. Prop whatever you need to be comfy. So you can let the shoulder, imagine someone is moving that left arm for you. You'll start with hands on knees. Left fingertips trace a big circle on the ground. Those of you who have learned today that your shoulders should not be circling this much, just stay in a twist or find a motion that feels healing to you. And when you finish all your circles on the left side, and no hurry, you'll head towards Shavasana or take any last stretches or inversions that your body asks you for. If you would like a little more time to rest in your space, stay. Let my voice go in the background with the other sounds. Those of you coming up, start with a slow, full breath. And as you slowly bend your knees to ease your way up, feel connected to the ground below. The palms pressed together, the thumbs against your sternum, lift your heart. May we benefit from our practice. May we not attach to the fruits of practice. May the fruits of practice benefit not only us, but better the lives of all those around us. Namaste.